Hi, I'm Alex, welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. So in today's video we're going to be talking about big updates for 3 stocks that we've covered on this channel before. Those 3 stocks with big updates recently are STPK or Switchback Energy Transition Corp and its merger with STEM, SBE or Switchback Energy and its merger with Chargepoint, and lastly but not least, Nugget Online Gaming. In this video we're going to look at recent developments for all 3 of those stocks. So if you're interested in any of those stocks, then you definitely don't want to miss this one. Now recently we've had loads of new subs to the channel. Thank you so much to all of you. Welcome to the channel. If this isn't your kind of video, don't worry because I have 2 really exciting DD videos coming on new stocks which I haven't really seen anyone else covering at all and where there's massive upside potential. So if you're not interested in this video, then I'm pretty sure you'll be interested in those ones. If you're new to the channel and you like investing related content, then hit that subscribe button. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like my unpredictable upload schedule, and as a result, oftentimes my videos don't show up on people's homepages. If you don't want to miss an upload, hit that bell button next to the subscribe button, and that should hopefully mean that it gets pushed onto your homepage so you don't miss the uploads. The channel now also has a Patreon page. If you want to check it out and find out what that's all about, check the link in the description below. All I'll say is it's very different from anything else I've seen on YouTube, so if that's something you're interested in, then check out that video. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only, but let's get straight into it. So firstly, Switchback Energy Transition Corp or STPK. So on Thursday, February the 11th, STPK announced it had won a large new customer. In a press release, it had announced that it had entered into a contract with Today's Power Inc. to provide support and energy storage solutions for their projects in Northwest Arkansas. Today's Power is a business which develops and operates renewable energy assets. And as part of this press release, it's hinted that perhaps there's more to come from this project and from this partnership as well. This is the first project they're working on together and it accounts for around 14 million megawatt hours and ultimately is an energy project for an energy cooperative. Now, as we discussed in our previous update on Switchback Energy, we know that they've already, on the basis of that previous customer they've won, exceeded their forecast for the financial year 2021. Again, more customer wins like this one, just even more good news because ultimately every new customer they win just means that they've further beaten their revenue forecast for 2021. So for everyone who's invested in STPK, this is fantastic news. Now currently the financials are unknown and how much revenue this brings in for STEM is currently unclear. However, I'm digging into this and if I get an update, I will come back to you and let you know as soon as possible. Now another thing we have seen with Switchback over the past couple of days is the fact there have been a number of Schedule 13Gs filed. Now this is not unique to Switchback, it's across a number of SPACs, and ultimately these filings are totally expected and they're nothing to be worried about. All a Schedule 13G filing is a required filing by anyone who owns over 5% in a company, and it's required to be filed a certain period of time following the calendar year. So any shareholders in any listed company that hold a stake greater than 5% of the total outstanding shares is required to make such a filing. At the time of filming this, there have been 3 filed for Switchback. So far, those which have filed are names which we recognise, we know they invested in the pipe, and so again, with these filings there's nothing to be concerned about. Indeed, we should even expect a few more of these over the coming days. And finally, the last thing to note in relation to Switchback is the fact that the transaction's still on track, still going well, and is still expected to complete in the coming months. Next up, let's talk about SBE and Chargepoint. Well, this one's a little frustrating actually. So today, the 11th of February, was supposed to be the merger vote date. As a reminder, when you invest in a SPAC, one of the final steps before that merger completes and the ticker changes is the shareholder vote. This is where everyone who owns shares in that SPAC votes on whether or not to approve the merger. Given that people invest in SPACs because they like the target which the SPAC is merging with, clearly everyone should be voting to approve the merger. However, unfortunately, when it came to the vote today, not enough shareholders had cast their vote. Now this is not the first time this has happened for a SPAC. It's happened a number of times in different SPACs over the last 18 months or so. In fact, it happened with Nugget Online Gaming recently, and over the past 18 months it's happened with a number of other SPACs. What's happened now is that merger vote date has been rescheduled. That new date is the 25th of February. So if you're invested in Switchback and you haven't voted to approve the merger, then please do so. It's really easy. You may have been contacted by your broker, and if not, just contact them and say that you want to vote in favour of the merger. Now this is relevant for anyone who owned a share in Switchback Energy on the 18th of December. At that point in time, if you own stock in Switchback, you can cast your vote. If you only bought your shares in Switchback post that date, then you're unable to vote. So if you own shares on the 18th and you've subsequently sold them, you are eligible to vote. Please vote in favour of the merger, it's so important. That goes to anyone who holds shares in SBE. If you haven't voted, then do so. Now, the third stock we want to talk about in this video is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Now, there's three main things we want to talk about with Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Now, firstly, very recently they filed their full year financials for fiscal year 2020. And in short, this was great news. They reported revenues of between $90 and $91 million. That's a 63% growth on the figure they reported in 2019. It's also around a 6% outperformance of the forecast which was given to us in the original investor presentation. And what's more, if you've followed the videos on this channel about Golden Nugget Online Gaming, you'll know that that figure comes in very much in line with what we were forecasting for the full year. So for me, that's a big tick in terms of good revenue performance. Next up, let's talk about operating profit, or a proxy for EBITDA. Golden Nugget reported between $28 and $29 million for this, when you exclude the one-off impact of the transaction costs. That's a growth of 62% on 2019, and again, very much in line with the estimates we put forward in our model. In short, this is great news, and if these results had been posted by any of its competitors, the market would have responded very positively. However, that wasn't the case here. Next up, we've got an update on Michigan and how performance is going there. Now, Michigan recently opened up to online casino gaming. Golden Nugget entered that market immediately, and from management commentary, we understand this has gone well. In fact, it's gone really well. So far, performance in Michigan is beating management estimates, and again, that's a great sign. Given we know how important first mover advantage can be in markets like this, it's great to see Golden Nugget Online Gaming establishing itself here and outperforming management's estimates. Now, the third update is that very recently, Golden Nugget Online Gaming made a new senior hire. Now, they've hired a guy called Kevin Vonasek as VP of Corporate Development. Kevin's focus will be on expansion into new states and development of new gambling products. His background is in gaming, gambling, online gaming, and so he's a really experienced, good hire. In a previous video on Golden Nugget Online Gaming, we did mention how, given the nature of the transaction, that Golden Nugget Online Gaming previously was operating as a division of a larger company, and through this carve-out transaction, it now is its own standalone business. As a result of this, it doesn't have many of the functions that many established businesses of its same size would. As a result, we are going to see more senior hires like Kevin, and this is great news. As a reminder, the reason there's not the same level of PR, marketing and focus on this deal is the fact that there's no PR marketing team. These are functions which need to be hired into, and that will happen in due course. We just need to be patient. As I've said before, I find it reassuring that given their limited bandwidth, management are focused on delivering the strategy rather than building hype and then not delivering on that. So for me, again, this is a positive. However, given these three really positive updates, we haven't seen the same level of uptick in share price that one would have expected, and that would have been the case if one of its competitors had delivered the same news. What's clear now is that as investors, we just need to remain patient. This was always a long-term play. States were not going to change their legalisation status overnight, so this remains a long-term play, and we have to be patient. Personally, the way I see this playing out is that we'll see more institutional investors invest into Golden Nugget Online Gaming. We'll see the rest of the Golden Nugget groups back, that transaction complete. Golden Nugget Online Gaming building out its management team, establishing functions such as PR, such as marketing, such as IR, and that this will drive more interest in the stock. I think what will also be positive for the stock price is when we see some new high quality analysts covering the stock. In a previous video, we did discuss the potential likelihood of Morgan Stanley initiating coverage. And whilst we don't know whether that will happen, what we can be sure of is that we will see new analyst coverage, and that is always positive for a stock price. One final point in relation to being patient here is that this positive news doesn't go away. The fact is these developments have been made, the business is progressing. When this positive news disseminates to the right investors, to the right institutions who are interested in the sector, this should have a positive impact on the price and a rapid positive impact on the price. Until then, remain patient. This always has been a long-term play, and let's look forward to more positive news of the company making positive developments towards delivering its strategy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the like button. If you're new to the channel and you like investing related content, then hit that subscribe button. And as always, please let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I find it so interesting to hear everyone's opinions, perspectives, thoughts, so please get involved. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.